Today we're going to talk about how to lose weight without starving yourself. If you're anything like me, when you think about starting a diet program or getting into shape, you think automatically, ooh, I'm going to suffer. This is going to be hard. I'm going to be hungry all the time. But I have to tell you that it doesn't have to be that way. So that's what I wanted to come to you today and talk to you about. How can you lose weight without starving yourself? It is possible. So my name is Holly Heyerman, and I am CEO of Fit Finances. I have actually been in the health and fitness industry since the year 2000. And I'll tell you, I have struggled with my weight my entire life. I came from a family where fast food was the norm, probably at least 2 meals a day, driving through a drive-through, extremely busy. If you're a child of fast food nation, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. When we didn't know that things like sweeteners, were bad for us, and, lots of things, diet soda, not very, good choice, etc. That's kind of like my background. My first experience with a diet was when I was about 10 years old. I grew up, hearing those words, diet, need to lose weight, I need to get rid of this fat, I need to work out. I grew up with that mindset. And even though I wasn't a heavy child, I automatically from the get-go had it in my mind that I was heavy. But sooner or later, things did catch up with me. And at the age of 10, I was a severe couch potato, and I had put on quite a bit of weight. So that was my first experience with dieting, was when I was 10, which is really sad, you guys. And if you know anything about the condition that our nation's in right now, you know that this is the way that we're going, right? Most children now are obese or overweight. It's very, very sad. And it wasn't a good place for me to be in either. Mentally, it didn't feel good. I didn't like being known as the chubby kid in class. It was painful. So what did I do, or what did my parents do, is they put me into an activity, right? Fortunately and unfortunately, I'd always wanted to do gymnastics. So at the age of 11, I was almost 12. Here I was, very round, but I was very short, so that was to my advantage, right? So I looked a lot younger than I was. But I was very overweight, and I got started in gymnastics, and that was great. I loved gymnastics. I fell in love right away. Got super, super strong. And so I did that from the time I was 11 until I competed until I was about 17 years old. And that is when I officially retired, with a lot of injuries and other things that I had to overcome. And that is when the panic set in. When I wasn't going to be training in gymnastics, because my weight I was never small. But I was okay. But I do remember every competition that I went to, I always felt just extremely, extremely self-conscious, about having to compete in a leotard. And it was hard. It was really hard. But, teenage years are never super fun. But at the age of 17, I completely retired from gymnastics, and I had to, because I had so many injuries, and I immediately freaked out. I thought I was going to get super fat. I was going to gain a ton of weight. So that started with my eating disorders, and that's when I kind of dipped in and dabbled with bulimia a little bit, and a lot of anorexia. I would say it was probably more like exercise anorexia. I was probably working out some days about 5 hours a day. But I thought it was fine because, I was a gymnastics coach, so everything that I did was physical. So I would literally like rollerblade or walk, and I would do everything that I possibly could, about 5 hours a day of exercise, and then not eating much, because I was petrified that I was going to get overweight. I was used to training in gymnastics at least 3 hours a day, so I thought for sure I was going to blow up and my life was over. But at the same time, I also have a stomach condition known as IBS, and it really, really kicked off when I was low on calories, low on food, stressed out, didn't get enough sleep, not enough rest physically, etc. If you have IBS, then you know what that's like. Thank God I found a wonderful meal replacement shake known as Shakeology, and that's 100% taken away my IBS. So I haven't had any problems for years. Thank goodness. But because of that, I wasn't a very good anorexic or bulimic because I had that stomach condition. Thank God, right? But I said, I gotta figure this out. So I went into fitness. I got my degree in kinesiology, and I just didn't know. That was back when everything sugar-free, fat-free, of course it's good for you, right? But I was always overweight, and I still struggled, and I didn't really understand like how to have a balanced diet. So let's fast forward. I'm talking about a 20-year journey of trying to figure this out, of being around, basically physical fitness since age 11. And I'm now 38. And I gotta say, I finally, after this many years, have figured out a way of living. And it's not my way. It is finding what works for me and using tools that are already out there. And so often we think that there's just like, it's to me, it was so elusive. Like I couldn't really grasp what was out there. I couldn't really figure out how to lose weight. I don't understand how to lose weight without completely starving myself or feeling like I was just, not getting the things that I really wanted to, and just always having these cravings. I couldn't figure that out, but here's what I did. Number one, I already mentioned it before. I got on a really good meal replacement shake that completely, and I didn't believe in shakes when I started it, but somebody said this is going to reduce your cravings, it's going to help you with weight loss, and what it's going to do is it's going to 100% balance out your food intake. So basically, your body has cravings for a reason, right? Your body has cravings for a reason. The reason that they have cravings is because you're deficient in one area, one something. So if you have all those proper nutrients in your body, then you're not going to have those cravings, right? So you could be deficient in protein and you just know that you're hungry, but you don't understand why, right? So you keep putting more and more in your system, but it's not necessarily the right things. So this awesome meal replacement shake, Shakeology, once I started drinking it, I realized I wasn't having certain cravings. I was actually eating less. I was full longer. And it was because my body was running the way it was supposed to. So I love supplements for that reason, because our food is depleted of the nutrients that we really need on a daily basis. So we have to supplement. Our soil is terrible, guys. Pesticides, preservatives, so many things, right? We wonder why people that are 30 years old are getting cancer. I think it's our food. It's the way that we've been eating for the last several years. So this meal replacement shake, worth every single penny to me, because it has completely evened me out and helped me to fight those cravings so much. It's been a wonder. Plus, like I said, it got rid of my IBS, so I'm not on medications anymore. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is finding a way of eating that is sustainable and that I'm not ever feeling like I'm dieting. It's just a way of eating. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, first of all, you can share it. Comment below if you know somebody who's having the same struggle, or maybe somebody who's, gone through anorexia, bulimia, and you're tired of the yo-yo dieting. You're tired of feeling hungry. You're tired of feeling tired. I want to help you. This is what I do now, is I help people get started on their health and fitness journeys, and it's all done online. But of course, we communicate via phone, via video chat, via, Facebook groups. I'm actually going to be hosting a challenge group coming up soon. It's a weight loss fitness group. But I'm going to tell you, the one thing that you're going to take away from this, probably more than anything else, is that you're going to gain some confidence in knowing that you're making some good choices. You're making healthy choices that are sustainable, and you don't have to starve yourself anymore. So if that sounds interesting to you, then what I want you to do is, please, you can shoot me a message or just place a comment below, and I will get in touch with you. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, feel free. You can email me, Holly, Holly, Hierman, HIERMAN @gmail.com, or of course, shoot me a message here, or of course, you can always comment below. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.